Hello children, today we shall see how to represent root 10 and root 11 on a number line. Now yesterday's class you may remember, we have seen how to obtain root 2 on number line. We have to imagine a right angle triangle whose sides are 1 unit each, right? Such that using Pythagoras theorem, you may remember, using Pythagoras theorem, what will we have? The length of the hypotenuse will be coming under root 2 units, okay? Same way, how did we get under root 3? You have to imagine of a triangle, right angle triangle, whose one side, suppose base is equal to under root 2 and height again is 1, right? So this is how under root 3 length is being obtained on the number line, right? Now let us see what is the generalized way of getting the other number. Under root 4, now you all understand under root 4 is not an irrational number. Just for the continuation, this is being explained to you. Under root 4, if you instead of 2, if you put it under root 4, you can imagine of a right angle triangle whose one side is 1 unit and another side is what? Under root 3. Okay, let's complete this. For under root 2, you need to have a right angle triangle with base and height 1 unit each. For getting under root 3, these all are we are going to obtain as hypotenuse. Okay, so the remaining two sides only I am talking every time. The other two sides will be what? 1 and root 2. For this, you will have 1 and under root 3. Are you understanding? This length 4, that is hypotenuse square. Hypotenuse square will be equal to what? 1 square plus root 3 square. 1 plus root 3 square 3, 1 plus 3 4 under root 4, right? Now here for getting root 5, you need to have a right angle triangle with sides as 1 and under root 4. Now under root 4 means you can draw a triangle with sides 1 and 2 units. So root 5 very easily can be represented separately also. Okay, for root 6 again what you will have? 1 and root 5. 1 square root 5 square, sum is 6 and the square root of that will be root 6. For root 6 you have to go for 1 and root 6, correct? For root 8 you will have to go for 1 and root 7. Root 9 again is interesting, you know it is 3. So if you go for 1 and root 8, yeah. So it is but obvious that for root 9 we are not going to go for that because this is simple length 3. Okay. Root 10 will be what? Now 1 plus root 9 and in place of 1 root 9 what you can take is 3. So sides are what? 1 and 3. And for root 11 again of course you need to construct root 10. So what I want to explain you here is that certain cases where like root 4, root 9 are the lengths, there you can take the actual whole numbers which can be plotted very easily on this number line. But otherwise certain numbers root 4, root 9, you don't have to do anything for that. In short, all these square root of all these numbers can be obtained on the number line using the base of the root of the previous number over there. I would also like to clear that under root 4, under root 9, we are not going to follow this procedure. Why I am explaining you this structure is so that you understand that for suppose now if you have to plot root 10 on the number line. So we are not going to proceed with all these things, right? Why? Because we have understood from this relation that root 10 can be obtained if you could imagine or if you could plot a right angle triangle whose sides are 1 and 3 units each. But of course if you have to plot root 11, not all these but definitely root 10 you need to construct. Without constructing root 10 on the number line, root 11 cannot be obtained. So what did we learn? Some numbers can be obtained directly using the perfect numbers, whole numbers also, whereas some depend on the previous irrational numbers construction. Which are they? Like root 3 for the construction or the plotting of root 3. Plotting of root 2 is compulsory. Root 4 out of question, it is a perfect square number, whole number, integer it is, rational number rather. But for root, again look for root 5. For root 5 you can take the sides of the triangle as 1 and 2 directly. But for root 6 you need to construct root 5 etc. Like that way we go. But I will now come to the point how to plot root 10 and root 11. So for root 10 you have to imagine of a triangle whose sides are 1 and root 9, that is 1 and 3. So imagine this is a right angle triangle. Let's name it as, say, suppose ABC. Okay, suppose its base is of 3 units. Okay, and its height we are going to take 1 unit. So what will happen? Again, using Pythagoras theorem, what do you obtain here? Hypotenuse square, that is AC square, is equal to sum of the squares of the remaining two sides, AB square plus BC square, right? AB is what? 3 square. BC is what? 1 square. That is 9 plus 1, that is 10. AC square is 10. Therefore, AC is equal to under root 10. So this length is what? Under root 10 units obtained. Clear? Now let's start with the construction. So from 0 I will start, 0 to 3. This is going to be our base. So I will name it as A, B. This is for your understanding. Now at B we are going to erect a perpendicular, right? So on it inside the part. Perpendicular. What is the height of this perpendicular now? Only 1 unit. So I can measure it here also. This is 1 unit obtained here. A, B and C. Okay. Now joining the hypotenuse. So what I am joining here? A and C, right? So this length obtained here is how much? Root 10 units. Now you have to bring it on the number line. So same principle, keeping A as the center of the circle, measure this. This will be the radius here. And now this, if you drag down, be careful, see that exactly it meets the correct point over there. Yes. So this length so obtained is under root 10. Reason you understand? Radii of the same circle. So AB is equal to AC. Sorry, not AB. B is our this point, right? So I'll name it ABC, D. This point is D. Length AD is equal to root 10. AC is equal to AD, which is equal to under root 10. I hope it is very simple and clear to you all. Now you can decide yourself how will you obtain under root 11. That work I leave to you. You will have to take AD as a base, AD erect a perpendicular and take how much length? 1 unit on that. So 1 and root 10 will be the sides of the triangle, of which hypotenuse obtained will be root 11. Now about the cover page. What you literally can say, it is beauty of maths. Okay. This spiral is famous as spiral of Theodorus, and I am happy to acknowledge to you all that it is made by my students Gauri Jadhav, Sakshi Jadhav, Kritika Soni and Nandini Patil as their 9th standard project. Isn't it beautiful? It really is. Now I will just give you the hint how you can make it. Okay, you do try it. This relation is clear to you. Let's again see. Now when you have obtained root 2 on the number line, on the base of root 2 you have obtained root 3 and so on. So you can get the full structure on the number line. Instead, if you get the triangle first of 1 unit each whose hypotenuse obtained is root 10. Now take that root 2. Now take root 2 as a base, yeah, and erect a perpendicular here of height 1 unit, right? So you will be obtaining here the hypotenuse of the length root 3 and just continue with that. Use your own imagination and see, you end up with a beautiful spiral. Okay, do try it. Thank you.